Hi friends, welcome to JOGO coaching. In this video, we are going to learn about how to implement 12 agile principles in our day-to-day activities. So we will explain each and every agile principles with the implementation process. Please watch this video till the end to understand everything in detail. We will cover 5 topics in this video. The first one is quick overview of 12 agile principles. Then the classification of these 12 agile principles into 4 categories. Then how to implement each and every principle at work. We will give the examples from the real-time work. Then what are the mistakes we need to avoid when we implement the 12 agile principles? And there is a checklist that you can use whether these 12 agile principles are used or implemented in a right way or not. Let's quickly look at the 12 agile principles. The first one is highest priority is customer satisfaction. So through early and continuous delivery. The second agile principle is welcome changing in the requirement even in the late in the development. The third one is deliver working software frequently. The fourth one is business people and developers should work together on daily basis. The fifth one is build the projects around the motivated individuals. Sixth one is face-to-face conversation is the most effective communication. Seventh one is working software is the primary measure of progress. Eighth one is maintain a sustainable development pace. Ninth is continuous attention to technical excellence is very much needed for the team. The 10th one is simplicity. The art of maximizing the work done is very important. The 11th one is best architecture emerges from self-organizing teams. The 12th one is reflect regularly and improve continuously. So these are all the 12 agile principles that are foundation for the agile way of working. Now let us understand how to implement these principles in detail. The 12 agile principles are categorized into 4 categories. The first one is customer value, second one is collaboration, third is technical excellence, and the fourth one is continuous improvement. When it comes to customer value, we need to focus on customer satisfaction. We need to welcome the changes even in the last minute, and we need to frequently deliver the product. These are all the principles covered in the customer value. The second one is collaboration. Business and developers should work together on daily basis. We need to have the motivated individuals in the team. We need to have the face-to-face communication to improve the effectiveness of the communication. So these principles will come under the collaboration category. The third set is technical excellence. We need to deliver the working software. We need to work in a sustainable pace. We need to focus on technical excellence, and we need to have the simplicity in the requirements. So these are all the things will come under the technical excellence. The fourth category is having the self-organizing team and having the regular reflection, that is retrospection. So those things will come under the continuous improvement. So these are all the 4 categories for these 12 agile principles. Hope this is clear. Now let us understand how to implement the first agile principle, that is highest priority is customer satisfaction through early and continuous delivery. So to implement this principle, we can deliver MVP, minimum viable product, quickly to the customers. We can plan frequent releases. We can collect the regular customer feedback so that we will understand their priority. And if we have any assumptions related to requirement, we need to validate with the customers. By doing these 4 activities, we can demonstrate this first agile principle implementation in our work. Hope this is clear. Let us understand how to implement the second agile principle, welcome changing requirements even late in the development. So to implement this principle, we can have the flexible backlog so that we can readjust, add, modify, edit the backlog anytime, and reprioritize every sprint. So when you have the backlog, ensure that reprioritization is done before starting every sprint so that we will adjust or add the high priority item in the upcoming sprint. The third one is product owner continuously refine the backlog. So we need to ensure that product owner is owning the backlog and continuously refining and reprioritizing based on the customer needs. And we need to avoid the rigid project plans. Since we need to accommodate any change even in the last minute, we should not have the rigid project plan for the delivery. So by doing these four activities, we can implement the second agile principle. Now let us understand how to implement the third agile principle, that is deliver working software frequently. So we can plan small releases or frequent releases based on the work completed by the team. We can have the CI/CD pipeline so that we can have the frequent releases without manual effort. We need to have the sprint demo so that the customer will acknowledge that the product is working as per the expectation. We can have the feature toggles so that whatever features we want to develop or implement, we can give it to them and validate it, and we will get back to the old version if it is not needed. So by doing these four activities, we can demonstrate the third principle implementation at work. Hope this is clear. Now let us understand how to implement the fourth agile principle. Business, people and developers work together daily. So here we can ask the product owner to be available for the team every day, and we can have the joint backlog refinement. The team and the product owner can do together along with the business people if it is possible. We need to have the sprint review and the product owner should participate, and if possible we can involve the business team also so that we will get the feedback quickly for every sprint. And we need to have the shared product goal, product roadmap, delivery roadmap, and also the goal for the team members should be aligned. By doing these things, we can demonstrate and implement the fourth agile principle at work. Now let us understand how to implement the fifth agile principle at work. The principle is build project around motivated individuals. To do this, we need to empower the team to take a decision, and we should trust the team. The product owner, Scrum Master and the management should trust the team so that the team will be motivated and they can take own decision. And we should avoid the micromanagement at the organization level, and we need to enable the team for the continuous learning. By doing these four activities, we can implement the fifth agile principle at work. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and click the bell icon to get notification about new videos. Now let's continue with our learning. Now let us understand how to implement the agile principle number 6, that is face-to-face conversation is the most effective communication. We can plan the video meetings, whatever meetings the team is having. If people are working remotely, it's good to have the video meetings, and we can use the online whiteboard for the collaboration so that all the people can contribute and share their ideas. The team can implement the pair programming so that the knowledge will be shared and the communication and interaction will be improved. And whenever the team needs a discussion, call for a quick discussion with the required people so that the collaboration will be effective. By doing these four activities, we can implement the sixth agile principle. Now let us understand how to implement the agile principle 7. Working software is the primary measure of progress. So here we can measure the software by validating the feature delivered by the team members, and we can validate and measure the customer values, the what value the customers are getting, and we need to ensure that in the demo the product is working. So by doing these three activities, we can implement the seventh agile principle at work. And now let's learn how to implement the eighth agile principle, maintain a sustainable development phase. So here we need to ensure that the team is not burning out due to too much of workload. That means the capacity should be checked before assigning the work, and we need to have the realistic sprint commitment for the team members, and we must do the capacity planning before committing anything, and the leader should ensure that the team is having work-life balance. So by following these four activities or the steps, we can implement the Agile Principle 8 at work. I have enabled membership in this channel. Feel free to explore and subscribe for this membership. You will be getting membership specific videos, membership specific charts that won't be available for other people, and you will get early access for all the videos a few days in advance, and you will be getting priority replay for all your comments, and you will be getting the loyalty badge, so that will showcase you in our live chat. So feel free to explore and join the membership. That will give more advantage to learn many things and watch so many videos that is not available for other people. Thanks for your support. Now let's learn how to implement the ninth Agile principle, that is continuous attention to technical excellence. So here team can learn and implement refactoring, ensuring that the code review is done, unit testing and automation testing is in place, DevOps and CI/CD pipeline is there available, architecture review is happening. So by doing these activities, team will demonstrate the technical excellence. As a Scrum Master or the Agile Project Manager, we need to ensure that these activities are followed by the team to meet or adhere to the Agile Principle 9. Hope this is clear. Now let's understand how to implement the 10th Agile Principle, simplicity, the art of maximizing work not done. So here we need to ensure that the requirements are very small, so that even though the backlog will be more, the team can do it quickly. So how to implement these principles? We need to avoid the unnecessary features. So if the customer is coming with so many features or requests, and the product owner should ensure that that is having a business value, and if it is unnecessary thing, that should be eliminated. And we need to eliminate the waste in the overall process. If there is any wait time, if there is any rework, the team should focus to reduce the waste. And we need to build what customer wants, and we need to keep the nice to have feature at the last, and we need to ensure that must have feature will be implemented quickly. And we need to ensure that the backlogs are very small, so that the team can commit for this short cycle, that is sprint, and deliver the work without any delay. So by doing these activities, we can implement the 10th Agile principle at work. Now let us understand how to implement the 11th Agile principle. Best architecture emerges from self-organizing team. So here, to implement this principle, we need to empower the technical discussions within the team so that they can take a good decision. We need to build the cross-functional teams, and we need to give the shared ownership to the team so that team, product owner, and the business should own the technical architecture. And collaborative design, we need to ensure that the design is done with a collaborative effort. By doing these activities, we can implement the Agile Principle 11 at work. Now let us understand how to implement the 12th Agile Principle, reflect regularly and improve continuously. So here we need to ensure that the sprint retrospective is happening in every sprint, and the lessons learned are documented. Whenever there is any issue, root cause analysis process is done properly, and the corrective actions were captured and focused. And we need to ensure that the team is continuously improving on all the aspects that is related to process, people, agile maturity, backlog maturity, CI/CD pipeline, everything. So by implementing these activities, and the 12th agile principle will be demonstrated at the daily work. So hope this is clear. Now let us understand few common mistakes that is done by the team during the agile principle implementation. The first one is doing Scrum without Agile mindset. We need to have the Agile mindset if you want to do Scrum. The second one is ignoring the customer feedback. Customer feedback is very much important to improve and continuously improve the product and the process. The third one is rigid change management. Agile always says be flexible, and if you have a rigid change management, then that will be the problem we should avoid. The fourth one is measuring effort instead of the value. So Agile will always focus on delivering the value. So we need to start measuring the value instead of the effort put by the team. Micromanaging the team. So this should be avoided because teams should work independently and they should be empowered to take a decision. And if you do micromanaging during the implementation, then this will be a problem. Skipping retrospective. Continuous improvement will happen if you do the proper retrospective. And if you skip the retrospective, again that will lead to the problem in the agile implementation. Ignoring technical debt. Technical debt focus should be there to reduce the all the unwanted things and do the code cleanup. And if you are ignoring the technical debt, then this will be a problem in the agile implementation. So hope this is clear. Let us understand the checklist that can be used by the team or the management when we do the agile principle implementation. The first one is we need to ask, are customers involved in the every sprint? And if it is yes, then good. If no, we need to see how we can involve the customers. And do we release frequently? We need to check this one. If not, we need to find a way to release very frequently. Can we handle change requirements? If the team is not able to add any change or accommodate any change, then that will be a problem. So we need to bring that mindset. Fourth one is our business and development teams collaborating daily. So we need to ensure that these guys are collaborating every day closely. So if the checklist is no, we need to prepare for that. Our teams empowered. So we need to ensure that we need to have the empowered team. If not, we need to create or empower the team. The next check is, are we measuring working software? And we need to ensure that the demo is the final product or the validation point instead of the documentation. If that is not there, we need to ensure that we are focusing on it. Is technical debt managed? If the technical debt not managed means we need to ensure that that is added and managed. Are retrospective producing improvements? If the retrospective is not producing any improvement, then it's a problem. We need to ensure that the team is identifying the improvements. Are we continuously learning? Team should learn from the mistakes and also upskill themselves to work on the product. If these things are good, yes, for everything, then the team is very good to implement on all the aspects. If not, the leadership or the product owner or the Scrum Master should take actions to move from no to yes for all these checklists. So hope this is helpful. Thanks for watching. Hope this is really helpful for your continuous learning or Agile principle implementation. And if you find this video useful, please leave your comment and add your questions, and I will respond to your question at the earliest. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. If you are looking for any one-on-one coaching for Scrum Master role, Agile Project Manager role, Release Train Engineer role, Delivery Manager role, or Agile Coach role, please mail to this email ID mentioned in this slide or WhatsApp to this number. I will be providing customized one-on-one coaching to prepare for this role or excel in these roles and move to next level role. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon to get notification about new videos. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.